PowerNation Under the Hood is brought to you by Summit Racing Equipment.
Before this project turned heads, it was just rolling steel and a vision.
Woo-wee. Now this is a classic. How you doing, Cassidy?
Pretty good. How are you?
Good, good. Man, I tell you what, this thing is clean. So what year is this one here?
This is a 1947 Chevrolet pickup, short bucks.
47. I mean,
47.
you start doing the math, we're getting on up there in years,
Yeah.
right? But man, these are super clean. The lines on them.
Yeah, this one's sitting on an Art Morrison chassis with vintage air, power windows, power brakes, screws, you know, all the amenities a new car would have.
Yeah, the first thing, the color. Now what, this is not like a red or a black. There's some mixture going on here. What kind of color we got officially?
Well, we call it a bronze. It's like a Zey Bronze. The gentleman that owns this truck's last name's Zey, so.
Gotcha.
We
custom made for
we
him.
custom made in our paint bank.
Now this door handle here, what year is that one off? I don't think that one.
This is off of a 52. A 47 would have had a turnstile handle on it, and the customer kind of like this. We like this door handle better. Plus we can, with the latch system we have, we can lock this handle. They wanted the outside of this truck to look like an original pickup.
Right.
So we left this vent. We left the vent on the other side. The cowling on this side is all original. We welded it shut so it doesn't open. It can't leak water. We added the filler panel back here around the bumper. The customer even wanted the original stake pockets left in there.
I noticed that. Yeah, those stake pockets, they definitely stand out there. Is that something that y'all have made, or?
No, this was a Marquet bed, and unfortunately Marquet has went out of business. So,
to me, that company really put out high quality stuff, and somebody needs to fill that void with something American made like that.
Yeah, we've been talking with a manufacturer in Iowa, close to us, and they're building a die right now to stamp these pockets out for us, and then we will have an American made in Iowa, 100% built box.
Definitely. People can come to y'all not only for the trucks, but for the parts.
And then once we get that kind of streamlined, we're going to try to build a tailgate very similar to this one. And sometime in the future, we're going to try to be the first and only ones to have an American-made fender.
Right. Yeah, looking at the tailgate, it's just clean. That's the first thing I say is clean. So
yeah, they're a very nice piece. Marquet built a nice piece.
Right now, how do we open it? There's no handle back here.
There's a push button right here.
Right there.
Right. And then as you can see, we've raised the floor of the bed 2 inches to accommodate this chassis. We've added wheel tubs because, of course, we got wider tires on it.
Now, the wood in that bed, that doesn't look like standard bed wood. It looks like it's got some character to it.
Nope, this is barn wood. It was out of the floor of their great-grandfather, I believe, his hay loft in his barn.
Wow.
And they said, I think they told me that barn was over 100 years old.
Wow, so that really makes it personal.
Yep.
That puts the cherry on top.
Yeah,
right
and then this is all hidden hardware strips, so you don't see any bolts or anything in there.
Channel that pops down.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of guys, they do a lot of different things with the tail lights, but putting them up here in the bed and hiding them down there in the bottom.
They didn't want anything in here. They wanted this to all look original. These we got from Jesse Greening, Greening Auto. These are really nice pieces. So this unscrews, there's an LED light comes out, and all the wiring is hidden up inside of here, so you don't see any of it.
Right. He makes some good stuff.
He does.
There.
Those are probably the best looking tail lights I've ever seen on one of these trucks. Yeah, and then when we put this bumper on, the customer wanted to put this filler panel in here. Fills all that up, makes it real nice.
Right.
Which I really like. And then I took the front license plate bracket, flipped it around, bolted it here on the rear.
How much time and labor is going into making this polished up to this system?
Well, we did this truck in 11 months, start to finish.
Wow. Y'all did all the interior work as well, right?
I did that too, yes. This is my second full interior job ever.
Wow. The door panels, all the armrests. Now, in the bottom of the dash, that's not factory, right?
No, we build that all in-house. That is what we call our dash extension or lower dash piece. You have to trim off the bottom of the factory dash, and then this bolts up underneath, and we can cut out and put any kind of vent or AC controls, any holes you need if somebody knows what they want, or we sell that as a blank, and they can cut it and put it in any car, really. It'll fit in, so.
Now, I'll look at the brake pedal there. Typically, you think of a brake pedal, it's got an arm that swings up to the dash, but this one is going down.
That's all up underneath, and it's all Wilwood Master, full Wilwood brakes.
So the master cylinder is actually down by the frame rail.
The floorboard, yes, sir.
Yeah. So that kind of gives it a little bit cleaner look underneath there. There's a button here on the side here. What does that button do?
That's for the header cutouts.
All right. Well, now we're talking.
Yeah.
We got to get some noise out there.
When we put those in, the dad wanted those, and he was hiding them from his boy because they were built. This was a father-son project.
Right.
And we got it wired up, and I started it one for him, and they came down. He's looking at the exhaust, and he's like, what are those under there? And we're like, oh, that's for emissions. And he's like, no, it isn't.
Right,
and then I hit the button and opened them up, and he started laughing. His dad was laughing. It was pretty funny. Right. Underneath here, we've got all of our electronics and our wiring and
all the brains. That's the stuff I like right there.
All the things that make all the modern amenities work.
Right. We got your power taps there. Got your fuse, your relay center. Got the brains for the computer over there with the fuel injection, and you can work on it.
Yeah, that's the nice part.
Right.
Yeah, right here's so if you ever got a dead battery sits under the floor, you can't get to it. So we added those.
Yeah.
It has a speaker box in the back. They wanted a modern stereo, but they didn't want to see it, so we added the cover so it folds down. It's got a double-din stereo in it with navigation and all the amenities there.
Wow, because you don't see any of that right now.
Nope. And when you're done, you just reach under here and hit this button again, and it goes back up, and you can't see any of it.
Then you had to engineer all the hinges and the motorized
we used
portion of that.
We used the hinges from the glove box, and then we had to figure out the ratio for the arm.
Right.
It has a electric actuator bolted to the firewall with a cable that comes around, and then it has limits that are set in it. So
it takes a lot of time, but those little unique things right there really set it apart. And what about the gauges and instrumentation?
That's all classic instruments.
You look at it, it looks OE.
Same with the steering wheel. That's from Spark Industries. It's a shrunken original design, but this is a two-piece billet wheel.
Wow.
And then by the time we got that all painted, that's probably a $2,500 steering wheel.
It just keeps adding up and adding up.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, the exterior is super smooth, super clean. Now, I'm guessing underneath the hood, we're going to see the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Definitely an LS power, right?
Yes, sir. This is a Blueprint 427 Stroked LS3. The dyno sheet said it made 640 horse, somewhere in that range.
Right.
We got a 4L60 transmission behind that, going to a fast shaft drive shaft into a strange 9-inch rear end, all on an Art Morrison chassis.
Yeah, now the unique thing about the LS, the intake manifold, it's not the prettiest thing. So it leaves a lot of opportunity for builders like you to customize it. So what do we got going on this?
Well, our customer didn't want to see the coil packs and stuff, so I hand-built this cover, and it all attaches to the factory hardware, so it just sits in and snaps down on there.
Right there. That's perfect. Now, what about the headers? Is that off the shelf, or did y'all have to build those?
Those are Ultimate headers. We ordered them, and they fit very nice. We didn't have to clearance them. We didn't have to.
So those are made for that LS and that chassis combination already. Well, that makes it a lot easier.
And then it's got full 3-inch stainless exhaust with bullet mufflers and header cutouts, of course. Hex pipe, all the good stuff.
But yeah, I mean, look at this firewall. That thing is super clean. The lights are reflecting right off that firewall. That's something. Yeah, most cars you don't really see that.
Yeah, this is we custom built this in house. So we replaced it from about here down to add more room around here.
Right.
This one here was actually built for like a small block Chevy or something. This was the second one we done.
With the indentation.
Yeah, the newest ones we lower them down so this hole isn't so big if you have an LS. But it needs to be this tall if you put a small block in it for a distributor.
Right, the distributor in the back, And this is something else. It's not a trailer queen. You're driving this thing as well.
We've got probably close to 1,200 miles on it so far.
Right.
Yeah, we built this truck to drive. We didn't build it to take to shows. It just happened to turn out nice enough we can take it to shows.
And that's got to make you feel good as a builder, knowing that this thing's going up and down the road and it's reliable. Somebody is having their time of their life driving this thing.
Yes, we drive it every chance we get.